All right, what is up, Utah fans, BYU fans, and all Big 12 fans watching this video? Some comments were made yesterday during the Utah press conference that brings up the ever ongoing Keanu Tanuvasa, Cameron Calhoun leaving Utah saga. Definitely something I'm excited to talk about, and I'm going to break down the whole saga so we can remember the story from the beginning. Right? It feels like it's got a million steps at this point, so I'm excited to talk about it, guys. Before we do so, though, make sure you guys like the video, right? Make sure you guys comment down below. What do you think about the situation, right? We'll break down the whole saga and the new news we have. And I want to know your thoughts on it. Are you kind of done talking about this? Are you still interested in this? What do you believe? Is Sean Tanuvasa telling the truth? Is Kyle Whittingham telling the truth? What's going on here? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah, BYU, Big 12 content. No matter what your team, this is the place to be. Hit the notification bell so you always know what's going on with the Big 12 and with your team. Let's go ahead and dive in and talk about the NIL situation. Okay, guys, and this saga starts with Cameron Calhoun a month or so ago declaring that he is a Utah man. He said, "A Utah man am I," on Twitter or X. And then shortly after, I believe maybe 3 days, something like that, it was very soon after, Cameron Calhoun declares that he's going into the transfer portal, which is weird, right? It is weird when a guy says he's going to stay and then all of a sudden declares that he's leaving. Weird situation there. So you were kind of surprised. Then, and that was annoying. Like Cameron Calhoun was expected to be like, he was on the trajectory to be a star corner. He really is. He's not there yet, but he's tracking to be there. And then shortly after, Keanu Tanuvasa comes out with a video that says like Utah man till I die. Clearly, taking a light jab at Cameron Calhoun leaving, right? I'm not going to say he had any malintent, but it was clear that he was, there's some inference there. Um, then shortly after, Keanu Tanuvasa says that he's entering the transfer portal, which was weird because not only were you saying you're a Utah man, you were saying like, I'm a Utah man, and I think it's hypocritical of guys. I mean, he didn't say this, but he implied this, and I think it's hypocritical of guys to say they're a Utah man and then leave, then you kind of go off and do it yourself. Then after he commits over to BYU, and Alex Markham goes on X, and I'm not going to quote him, but it kind of implies that BYU was heavily involved and may have been tampering. I think that's something fair for me to say based on what Alex posted. And then after that, he commits to BYU, and Sean Tanuvasa, Keanu Tanuvasa's dad, comes out and says, hey, Utah offered just as good NIL. Like, it's not true that Utah can't compete. I made a video kind of calling it out a little, felt like he might have been disingenuous in what he was saying. He comments on my video, and we schedule a one-on-one conversation, and he comes on the channel and we do a big video and we chat it out. And I almost feel, honestly, after meeting the guy, very genuine guy, and feel bad for questioning his motives with the original post. I would say that if you guys go watch this video, it's almost 15 minutes long, and it really is a great interview and a great conversation. You could tell Keanu comes from a good family, and it really is it was a pleasure to talk to this guy. But yeah, so and Sean kind of in the video implies that Utah offered the same, if not possibly more, NIL than BYU did, and it was about developing as a character and that sort of thing, right? And so then yesterday, Kyle Whittingham comes out, and I'm going to read this article to you guys here. So Kyle Whittingham comes out with some comments on the Cam Calhoun and Keanu Tanuvasa situation. Right here it says, the absolute overriding factor was NIL. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion. Cam ended up at a school in the Southeastern Conference, and he would be battling for a starting job just like last year. He was not in that rotation, and Keanu was a very good player for us last year, but they both felt it made more sense to move on for their own reasons. But NIL is something that was certainly in the equation. So, you guys can take what you want from that statement. But to me, it's kind of implying that if either the NIL money was better wherever they decided to go, or that there's more NIL opportunities wherever they decided to go. So pretty interesting comments there. And I feel like we've gotten so much conflicting information on this topic. I really wanted to make this video to get an idea of where you guys are at with the situation. I think a lot of us are done with this, and hopefully this is the final stamp on this Keanu Tanuvasa topic. But make sure you guys like the video. That'll help get it out to more fans. And then comment down below. What do you think? Why, like, who's telling the truth here? Is Whit saying that they couldn't offer, or they didn't offer what BYU was offering? And then is Sean Tanuvasa telling the truth where, Utah may have offered more? So I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you always know when a new video drops. I am out of here. Go Big 12. Go Utes.